8 signs she's already attached before you realize. The attachment you don't see. There's a moment in every interaction where something shifts, but you don't notice it because it doesn't look dramatic. There's no confession, no obvious signal, no clear "I like you," but internally, she's already attached. And here's the dangerous part. By the time most men realize it, they've either already lost it or they've already ruined it because they misunderstand one thing. Attachment doesn't start when she says it. It starts when she feels safe investing emotionally, and that happens quietly, subtly, psychologically. Most men are looking for obvious signs. She texts me first, she compliments me, she says she likes me, but those are surface level. Real attachment shows up in behavior. That doesn't look like attraction at first. It looks like consistency, comfort, emotional shifts. And if you don't recognize these early, you'll misread the situation completely. You'll either chase too hard or pull away too soon, and both destroy attraction. Because here's the truth your competitors already understand. Attachment is fragile in the early stage. It doesn't need pressure. It doesn't need intensity. It needs space to grow. And the moment you treat early attachment like full commitment, you break it. So in this video, we're not looking at obvious signals. We're breaking down the hidden psychological signs that she's already emotionally leaning toward you before you even realize it. Sign 1. She starts investing without a clear reason. This is the first sign, and most men completely miss it. She starts doing small things that she doesn't need to do. She texts first sometimes, checks in randomly, shares small updates about her day. Nothing dramatic, nothing obvious, but here's the key. There's no logical reason for it. She's not gaining anything. She's not trying to impress you. She's just including you. That's emotional investment. And emotional investment is the foundation of attachment, because people don't invest in what they don't care about. But here's where men mess it up. They either ignore it, thinking it means nothing, or overreact, thinking it means everything. Both are wrong, because at this stage, she's not attached fully. She's testing how it feels to include you in her world. And your response matters. If you become too available, you remove the challenge. If you become too distant, you remove the connection. The balance is simple. Acknowledge it without chasing it. Sign 2, she remembers small details about you. This one is subtle, but powerful. She remembers things you barely notice saying, your habits, your preferences, random things from past conversations, and she brings them up later. Most men think she just has a good memory. No, this is selective attention, and attention is driven by emotional interest, because the brain does not store everything equally. It stores what feels important. So when she remembers details about you, it means your presence is becoming mentally significant, and significance leads to attachment. But here's the deeper layer. She's not just remembering. She's tracking. She's building a mental picture of you, and that only happens when someone is emotionally engaged, internally invested. This is where attraction starts shifting into attachment. Not loud, not obvious, but real. Sign 3. Her energy changes based on you. This is where things get deeper. Watch her emotional state. Because when she's attached, her mood starts reacting to you. If you're present, gives she's more engaged. If you're distant, gives she feels it. If you're calm, gives she mirrors it. This is emotional sync, and it only happens when there's psychological attachment forming. Because now, you're not just someone she talks to. You're someone who affects her internally. And this is dangerous if you don't understand it. Because once her emotions start syncing with you, your behavior carries more weight. Small changes in you create big reactions in her. That's attachment. Sign 4. She opens up without being asked. This is one of the strongest signs. She starts sharing things you didn't ask for, not surface level stuff, but thoughts, feelings, experiences, and it happens naturally. No pressure, no interrogation. This is important because people don't open up unless they feel safe. And safety is the gateway to attachment. When she opens up freely, she's not just talking. She's letting you into her inner world. And once someone lets you in, they start forming a connection that goes beyond attraction. But here's the mistake. Most men take this as a signal to push further. They ask too much, Go too deep too fast. Try to build connection forcefully, and that kills it. Because emotional openness needs space, patience, stability, not pressure. At this point, she's not just attracted. She's starting to attach. But the next signs are where it becomes undeniable. The behavioral shifts most men misread. Now we move into the phase where her behavior changes, but not in obvious ways. This is where most men misread everything, because these signs don't look like attraction. They look like confusion, inconsistency, even distance, but they're not. They're signs she's getting emotionally involved. SIGN5SHE. Tests you without realizing IT. This is one of the most misunderstood signs. She starts doing small things that challenge you. Not aggressively, not intentionally, but subtly. She might tease you, disagree randomly, pull back slightly, delay responses sometimes, and most men think she's losing interest. Wrong. This is the testing phase. Not because she's playing games, but because her mind is asking, is he stable? Is he consistent? Is he worth trusting emotionally? When attachment starts forming, risk also starts forming, because now she has something to lose. So her behavior shifts from attraction to evaluation, and this is where most men fail, because they react. They get defensive, try to prove themselves, chase harder, over-explain, and the moment they do that, they fail the test, because emotional stability is what she's looking for. Not perfection, not performance. Stability, if you stay calm, unbothered, consistent. You pass without trying. SIGN6. She starts caring about your perception of her. This one is subtle, but powerful. She begins to care. What do you think about her? Not in an obvious way, but in small behaviors. She adjusts how she says things, explains herself more, wants you to understand her intentions, cares if you misinterpret her. And here's why this matters. People don't care about your perception unless they're emotionally invested, because now your opinion has weight. And when your opinion has weight, attachment is already forming. But here's the mistake most men make. They use this moment to gain control. They judge her, test her back aggressively, create pressure, and that breaks the emotional safety. Instead, you stay grounded. You don't over-reward it. You don't exploit it. You simply acknowledge and remain steady, because this stage is fragile. The moment she starts prioritizing you, this is where attachment becomes real. Because now her behavior starts shifting around you. SIGN7. She makes time for you without saying it. She doesn't. TN knows. She doesn't make it obvious, but she starts rearranging her schedule, replying more consistently, making herself available, and it feels natural. No effort, no pressure. But here's the truth. People make time for what matters. Always. So when she starts prioritizing you without needing a reason, it means you've moved from option gives to emotional importance. And that's a major shift. But again, most men ruin it here. They see these, and they become too available. They drop everything for her, respond instantly every time, lose their own structure, and what happens? They lose their value, because attraction requires presence plus independence, not availability without boundaries. So the key here is match, but don't collapse. Stay consistent. Don't orbit her world. Final shift, she's already attached. This is the sign that confirms everything. SIGN8. She starts including you in her future subtly. Not big plans, not serious talk, small things. She says things like, we should go there sometime, you'd like this place, you should come with me next time, and it feels casual. But it's not, because psychologically, she's placing you in her future. And that only happens when you're emotionally relevant. This is where attachment becomes real, not spoken, not declared, but felt. And here's the final truth most men never understand. By the time she shows this, she's already attached. You're just late to realizing it. Final message: what your competitors are really selling. They're not teaching you how to attract. They're teaching you how to not destroy attachment once it starts, Because attraction gets attention. But attachment, that's what keeps it. And attachment doesn't grow through talking more, trying harder, chasing attention. It grows through consistency, emotional control, space, presence. So the next time you think, is she interested? Look deeper. Because if you see these signs, she's not just interested, she's already investing emotionally. And your job is simple. Don't rush it. Don't force it. Don't break it. Just stay grounded and let it grow.